What are your goals in life? A beautiful house? Occasional travel abroad? Quality education for your children? Security when you retire? We all have different goals, but the reason why we aspire for them is almost always the same. A happy, comfortable, and secure future, either for ourselves or our loved ones. Unfortunately, most people forget that building one's financial security requires careful planning. They prefer to leave things up in the air or simply decide to act when it's too late. It's like running a race without a finish line, always living in uncertainty. They remain in financial limbo. The question is, will you let your future and your family's security hang in the balance? Or will you do what's necessary within your means to secure your goals? The good news is, it's never too late to start planning. Everything starts with knowing what you want. Most people initially look to their children's education and their own retirement when thinking about their future. Definitely, we need to plan for these. But did you know that the first step in financial planning actually begins with establishing the foundation of protection? Consider this. When you suddenly encounter unexpected events, such as losing property by fire or accident, getting seriously sick, or worse, getting taken out of the picture, how much do you think will this affect your plans for you and your family? You can be the best saver and the best investor, but if you're faced with these unexpected situations, all your savings and investments may be wiped out. And what about the possibility of losing a job or failing in business? It may take months or even years to get back on your feet. How can you maintain your lifestyle or continue providing for your family if such a setback happens? These are the unexpected challenges we must all prepare for. But you may wonder, how will I accomplish this? Can I even afford securing myself and my family? You may have even applied the simple equation of subtracting what you want from what you have, and the number you're getting is in the negative. So how do you bridge that gap? If there's any one strong force behind what you do, it's the hope of having a secure future.
태어나서 오늘 처음으로 기도를 한 걸 해봤어요. 아이를 보니 얼마나 눈물이 나는지. 저 결정했습니다. 이 세상 닿을 때까지 우리 아기 지켜주겠다고. 그리고 영원히 사랑하겠다고. 아이를 위해 기도해주세요.
Yeah, good morning, good morning, good morning. Nasaan man kayo sa lupalok ng mundo, magandang umaga. Baga, syempre nagtataka kayo bakit lagi na lang magandang umaga. Ganun talaga po, no? Pag mga negosyante, umagang umaga yung bati, no? Okay. So, before I'll begin, I'm gonna introduce myself. I'm Mims, or you may call me Attorney Mims or just Mims. I'm one of the financial advisors of AKMA General Insurance, powered by Manulife Philippines. So, ito ay isa sa mga advokasya namin, how to give education, financial education to all the Filipinos, because our main purpose in this world is make saving and investing a way of life. But of course, before we will begin with investing and saving, kailangan matutunan nyo muna talaga kung ano-ano yung mga nitty-gritty ng investments, 'di ba? Kung ano-ano yung mga dapat gawin, kung okay ba. Guys, pasensya na kayo kung yung camera ko parang biglang nagbablock. I don't have sufficient time kasi to adjust it pa, but because commitment is commitment, 4 p.m. is 4 p.m. So that's why I'm here. So from time to time you're gonna see me like stretching my hand and pushing the button of that camera to reopen again. But I'll make sure that later on, the next time around, hindi na yun mangyayari. Okay. So, yun nga, as what I've said, since it's gonna be our like purpose, so we want everybody to understand all aspects of investment in a layman's term. Okay. So, we'll make sure na pinaka-simple at madaling intindihin ang lahat ng ikukwento namin sa inyo. Okay? Tapos, pangalawa, I'll make sure also na lahat ng mga concerns or questions nyo, it will be answered. Okay? So, dito sa AKMA, libre lang na magtanong. Wala pong bayad. Kaya, pag ako ay naka-live, go! Comment agad. Tapos, magtanong kayo during our live session, kasi kapag pumunta na kayo sa opisina ko, baka i-charge kayo. Kidding aside, joke lang yan guys, joke lang. Sabi ng pamangkin ko, joke lang yan. So, ayun. Number 2, I'd like to ask for your kindness and understanding, because my voice is kinda like parang may sipon or yung throat ko, baka ubuhin ako along the way, so please bear with me. And I have with me my glass of water because I need to hydrate para hindi na ako ubuhin sa susunod. Alright, so ito na guys, ang discussion or topic that assigned to me is really to let people understand the inflation, no? Akala nyo lang kasi, it's inflation yan, 7% yan ngayong taon. 6.5, bumaba, 3.5. But guys, ano ba talaga ang ating ups and down? Ano ba talaga yung understanding natin? Ano ba talaga yung impact ng inflation sa atin? Okay? So, dapat naiintindihan natin yan, because that will affect everything. From spending, from saving, yung mga presyo ng gasolina, maapektuhan yan. Yung presyo ng ating mga pagkain, naapektuhan lahat. And iba pa, di ba pag mas nagmamahal na yung mga bilihin, minsan dyan na lumalabas yung mga away ng mga mag-asawa, because kulang yung budget ko. Minsan nakakainit ang ulo pag naubusan ng pera. Di ba? Parang ganon yung feeling. Pero guys, sabi ko nga, it's very important to understand it the simplest as possible para, inflation is something that we could not get rid of it. Just like taxation. Ganon yun. That's part of our life. So, it's something na hindi natin pwedeng isantabi kasi that's part of our life. So, all you have to do is to leverage. Okay? So, one thing na dapat tayong mag-leverage is yung siguro you save something for the rainy season so that pag dumating yung panahon na tumaas yung inflation at least marami ka pang naitabi, o di kaya you take or you have tools how to make or how to control your money to increase its value to fight the inflation. Diba mga ganong bagay? So it's very important, guys, that you understand the inflation so that alam mo kung anong strategy. Is it really ba talaga yung pag-i-invest sa lupa or yung pag-i-invest sa insurance o pag-i-invest sa kung ano-anong mga stocks? Diba? So napaka-importante na lahat ng yun ay mas naiintindihan natin. Alright? So, to begin with, I'll start my discussion. Itong inflation siguro, magiging discussion ko to for siguro for ilang months. But I'll make it sure na sa isang session natin, like for example, today as 4 p.m., 1 hour session natin, syempre hindi ko naman pwedeng i-discuss lahat kasi kailangan naiintindihan ninyo. Okay? Hindi siya po pwede na uubusin ko yung isang librong tungkol sa inflation tapos hindi nyo pala naiintindihan sa isang oras, 'di ba? So, hinahinay lang tsaka himay-himayin natin ang lahat ng aspeto ng inflation and how it affects the life of every Filipino, especially in making decision as to their money, paying debts, lahat. No, kailangan talaga natin maintindihan yon. So, allow me also to thank and congratulate my colleagues from AKMA General Insurance, especially to our branch heads, Lilibeth or si Mambing Valete, and pinakamayaman yan si Mambing, mukhang yayamanin talaga yan. And of course si Sir Rafi, the expert lolo, thank you so much for moving forward. And alam mo yun, yung parang tinake nilang challenge din na magla-live. Ako yung nagpo-push sa kanila. So kinukuryente ko silang mag-live so they could also help their businesses, no? Parang siya, kumbaga matutulungan yung negosyo nila. Okay? Sorry inom ako ng tubig. But yun. Anyway, eto na. May mga nagte-text sa akin. Hello daw. Okay. Okay, sorry guys, nire-reply lang ako. Okay. So, ito na. First is let's move forward, no, sa unahin muna natin yung significance of money, no. You know, guys, putting aside or putting a portion of your money into saving or investment, it will help you to actually fight inflation. Yun yung pinaka-importante. So, it also matters na kung saan mo siya nilagay. Maybe for your goals, for yourself, for your loved ones. So, this is the significance of money, no? Sir, so there are two types of goals that the significant money answers. It addresses the unexpected life events. These are yung mga critical illness, yung sudden passing of the breadwinner, tapos maybe loss of the property due to calamity. So yun yung mga unexpected events mo na dapat significantly nag-i-invest tayo doon, 'di ba? Second is preparation for the expected events, 'di ba? Ganun lang naman 'yun eh. May unexpected and expected events. So these are the education for your kids retirements. Nag-iipon tayo for the retirement education, and that will happen maybe soon, or kahit sabihin natin na iwasan mo pero hindi mo talaga maiiwasan. Darating at darating ang panahon na these events will really happen in our life. So, just let me share to you some important facts why people should put their significant money to the life events. No? Let me move my slide. Okay. So, that's it. If you will see my slides, according to the World Data Atlas, the mortality rate of Filipinos aged between 15 and 60 is 37. 17 deaths per 100 population in 2020. So this is the annual average increase of 6.3% since 1975. The age range include those who are just starting to have their family or has growing family already. And 77% of the population does not have any financial protection according to BSP. So, ano yung ibig sabihin nito, guys? Death is inevitable, no? Hindi talaga natin maiiwasan na anytime pwede tayong mamatay. Pwedeng bukas, mamaya, o kailan. Yes, we have plans, no? Kahit bata o parang wala palang pinipiling edad ang kamatayan. But according to Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, 77% of our population does not have any financial protection. No? So, an example of which is kung meron kang isang kamag-anak na sobrang bata pa, tapos may pamilya, tapos biglang namatay, breadwinner yun yung kamag-anak na yun, tapos biglang namatay, tapos walang financial protection. So, who's gonna take care of the family afterwards? Diba? Wala. So, ang tendency niyan is they will end up maybe struggle talaga. So, it's either yung bata mapupunta sa government or may ibang kamag-anak na pwedeng salo sa kanya, but that will add burden, especially yung hindi pa prepared financially kung ano yung kanilang mga tawag nito, hindi sila pa financially ready na magkaroon ng bagong family member o di kaya bagong aalagaan, no? So yun yung ating dilemma kapag mayroon tayong mga unexpected death na dumating, no? So next is of course sa health. Syempre hindi naman planado yung pagkakasakit, okay? So, since hindi planado yung pagkakasakit, anytime pwedeng dumating sa'yo, like, buti na lang, yung lalo na sa critical, like for example, yung cancer, heart attack, or stroke, those are the 3 common illnesses na tumatama sa mga Pilipino. And, have you ever encountered na may isang tao na ready na akong magkasakit? Di ba? Wala naman talaga. So, kasi syempre, unang-una lahat tayo nagdadasal na sana ay maging healthy tayo. But of course, hindi natin yun inaasahan. Kasi there are chances na sorry guys ha, I'm distracted with my camera, but I hope I could deliver it properly. So, just please bear with me guys. So, yun. Especially nung nag-COVID, diba? Tumaas yung lahat ng cost ng ating medical treatment, and that includes yung mga PPE. Tapos with the medical inflation at 10% in 2021, the cost of treatments like heart bypass, stroke can reach really millions of pesos na. It really exceeds the average monthly savings of every Filipino. And despite some having health insurance, 56% of medical expenses are still out of pocket, including medical medication, doctor visits, and the therapy. So this can lead really to financial difficulties, with some resorting to sacrificing their children's education, dripping into their savings, and alam mo yun, magbebenta ka ng property just because you need to cover up those expenses for medical treatment. So the lack of preparedness for medical expenses is leading to not only to physical but also emotional. So yun ang naging problema ng ating mga Pilipino. So alright. Another challenge that we're gonna face is that sabihin natin yung asset management, no, on damages due to fire and other calamities in the Philippines. Total losses amounted to 463 billion from 2010 to 2019, as part of the 23% total damage is private properties, according to Philippine Statistics Authority. So your property with a significant value and which you have worked so hard and built for many years, it can be taken away with it can be taken away in an instant due to fire, or maybe yung mga bagyo or calamities na dumarating sa atin. At sa awa ng Diyos, wala pa namang war na nangyayari sa atin dito, so that's fine. But how can you prepare yourself and your relative in case mangyari yon? And how can we rebuild our home? And how do you think that will change our lifestyle if that happen? Are we ready? Do we have any financial capacity? So these are the three things, no, na pwede nating harapin every day. Sa awa naman ng Diyos, sana hindi naman mangyari. Pero alam mo, mayroon mga bagay na hindi talaga natin maiwasan. So all we have to do is to educate our fellow human being and even our fellow Filipinos na hindi naman siguro tayong pwedeng umasa lang sa gobyerno if these things happen to us. So alam ko meron ding mga support ng government like PhilHealth, like yung PCSO, like yung mga 4Ps. So, do you think kailangan ba natin talagang makisawsaw doon para lang hindi kung kaya mo naman paghandaan yung sarili mo, 'di ba? So, this might happen, pero unfortunately, pag nangyari naman 'yon, it will force you to use all of your savings or investments, and talagang magkakagulo yung iyong financial goals. So, ang mangyayari to sadly is pag hindi ka ready, lahat ng pinaghirapan mo for ilang taon is pwede siyang masira. So how inflation affects this? Syempre, kapag may damage and may cost sa medical, as the inflation rises, the inflation rate increases, ang nangyayari sa atin, bumababa yung purchasing value ng ating pera. And that means mas mahihirapan tayo mag-cover up lahat ng expenses. I'll give you a very good example with what happened during pandemic. Okay? Siguro noon, this is a very actual scenario of one of my friends na yung sa mata, nagpa-opera siya. So, dati, sabi niya, before pandemic, dapat pinupush na siya nung doktor na I think parang magpa-glaucoma. I forgot that the term of the medical treatment. Pero sabi niya, pag inoperahan yung mata niya, ang magagastos niya lang is nasa around 40,000. Diba? That's only 40,000. Pero, dinelay na niya dinelay kasi nahihirapan pa siyang to cover up the expenses. So, nahihirapan siyang to cover up the expenses at that time in 2019. So, hindi niya tinuloy. Nag-pandemic. And you know what? Kung magkano ang ginastos niya sa isang mata niya, it's almost 89,000. Kasi dumoble yung cost ng lahat ng mga medical equipments, yung tapos kinailangan pa ng PPE. So, alam mo yun, yung parang wow, talagang times 2, naging times 2 siya. And nadagdagan pa siya ng cost ng inflation dahil tumaas din yung ating inflation rate. Alright. So, with this guys, no, with this, for ano ba, meron ka bang mga hinandang solution for this, no? And before that, no, pwede ko din i-share sa inyo yung cost pagdating naman sa education. Imagine the pride and the joy you will feel as you listen to your child's speech during a high school award ceremony or graduation. They are grateful to you for giving them the chance to study and lay the foundation of their future. And as a parent, we all know that your goal is to provide the best education possible for your child to give them the brighter future. The gift of education is something that will stay with them forever and cannot be taken away. And just unfortunately, a lot of Filipinos could not even afford to go to school. In 2022 alone, it is that 4.4 million Filipinos are unable to enroll according to SWS survey. So at the beginning of 2022, out of the population of 112 million Filipinos, 34% belong to children below 15 years old. So this means there are a lot of kids out there who would like to go to school, and parents could be needing help on how to prepare for it. So, di ba? Sa isang pamilya, there are two, there must be at least two persons na yun yung sana magiging breadwinner. But meron din, sabihin natin, ang average is nasa 3 to 4 children ang pinapaaral. And imagine that kung sabay-sabay sila. 'Di ba? So, ito sa mga significant expenses na kailangan nating harapin. And as we retire also, for example, for those people who did not become part of the mortality rate or mortality statistics, life expectancy is at 71 years old. 71.23 years, no, based on the data from the data catalog. It may sound as good news, but Filipino will live longer. 'Di ba? Okay 'yun na mabuhay ka up to 71 years old. However, 'di ba, pag as we live longer, we also need to earn something to finance our retirement. But it would also imply that there are other expenses through old age, like frequent visit to the doctors, maintenance, medicines, and of course, their day-to-day expenses. But 80% of the Filipinos ages 60 and above are not financially prepared for their retirement. Some still try to work through their old age, while others rely on their kids for financial support just to get by every day. Others rely on the government benefit. But the question is, would that be enough? Are you really willing to give up a comfortable life that you have dreamed of when it's time for you to retire? Okay? So that's it, guys. Yes, gusto nating mabuhay ng matagal, but the challenge is, are we financially ready? Kasi 'di ba, we don't want to happen na we were gonna rely our self to other younger family member na bubuhayin tayo. So we don't want to be a burden also. So in terms of savings naman, 43.8 million Filipinos does not have enough savings to make both ends meet. So that's really factual. And may mga homeless adults as of 2022 that 5.6 million are homeless. So imagine, no, kahit sabihin natin isa nga lang, parang mahirap na yun eh. Pero merong 5.6 million homeless Filipinos. So siguro ito yung mga nakikitira na talaga sa bangketa. So, that's very sad, no, na may mga ganon challenges tayo. So Again, wait lang guys. So, ayun. Sorry guys. Kasi nasira na naman yung aking camera. But I'll make sure na next week kapag sa susunod kong live, hindi na ito mangyayari. I'll really try to improve it. Okay? So, ayun. So, these are the significant money that we need to spend and be prepared for, and for you to achieve the financial independence. No, your significant money is called because there is a serious because of the seriousness of the events that it supports in putting emphasis on the unexpected ones, since it can really derail you from your financial goals. All right. And sorry guys, medyo mahinang aking slides. Ayan. So here, if you will see this ladder, typically these are invested in financial products like annuities, 'di ba? As mentioned kanina, you're gonna prepare for to fight the inflation by investing, 'di ba? By investing or putting your money on something that will help you to fight to cover up the inflation. So typically, these are invested in the financial products like annuities, endowment, medical plan, education policies, fixed income securities, and life insurance policies, which may financial planners recommend because they come with tax advantages and are self-completing. That means the funds will be there even if the insured meets any of the life contingencies like death, disability, or critical illness. So that is the idea. So kung titingnan mo itong ladder na to, so at present, we're spending our lifestyle needs and wants and health fund. So kailangan nating mag-invest dyan. But for short term, nag-iipon tayo for short term to finance our travel funds, housing, and car loan. For medium term, we are investing for starting a family. We're being ready, no? Especially funding or for emergency. And for long term naman, we're investing for our college fund, retirement fund. And lastly, for retirement, no, ang kailangan nating mag-invest yung mga needs and wants natin. And spending medical spending as well as yung wealth transfer. So when you talk about present, short term, and medium term, we're gonna talk about we're actually talking about the income protection, health protection, and asset protection. If we're gonna talk about long term, and we're referring to our education in retirement planning, and if we are talking about retirement, we are dealing with the estate planning. So ganun yung um, financial independence, no? So here, so what's the difference, no? Saving is putting your money in a fixed deposit, or keeping it at home, and entails a very minimal risk. You keep your money intact, but what people does not realize at times is that there is a silent thief who steals your money, not the physical money but its value. And that is called inflation. So yun yung sinasabi natin kanina. So yung ibang tao, they're planning to have this um, financial independence track, yung kanilang the significant money kung saan man nila ininvest yun, nilalagay lang nila sa mga alkansya nila, but hindi nila alam, as time goes by, we loses the value of that money, and that is because, why we lose it? Because of the thief that we know called inflation. So, yun. So ano ba yung dapat natin gawin, no? For us to recover from this. Just to give you a background, inflation is the increase in the prices of goods and services. So let's take the price of the kilogram of rice, for example, no? According to the PSA, back in 1990s, the cost of 1 kilo rice is around 16 pesos. Oh, di ba? Grabe, no? 16 pesos. But for year 2000, it became 23 pesos per kilogram. Oh. Today, magkano ang kilo ng bigas? It's between 20 to 50 or even more. So, putting your money in a bank where it earns an interest lower than the current inflation rate would decrease its value over time to inflation. Some goes if you think to just keep your money at home where it does not earn any interest. And because of this, people would decide it best to spend the money now while purchasing power still high. So, yun pala yung problema ng mga tao, no? Parang gagastusin ko yung pera ko kaysa naman sa mawala siya ng value later on. So, hindi na tuloy nagkakaroon ng chance to finance yung mga sinabi ko kanina, yung kung paano mag I'm sorry guys. Wait lang po guys. Sorry. Alright, one moment. So, sorry guys, naistorbo ko sa mga tumatawag. Yung kung nanonood bang kayo. So, ang daming tumatawag guys. So, anyway, gusto ko sanang i-off yung phone ko kaso hindi ko nababantayan kung ano na itsura ko dito sa live or di kaya baka meron pang mga nag-chat. So, ayun. So, meron namang mga tao that they really understand the principle of inflation, and because of that, when they realize na yung inflation ay mas kumaga kaya nilang labanan through investment, yung mga malalakasing loob at saka marunong maglaro ng kanilang mga pera, so they know where to put their money. Okay, so here, so just to give you more nag-thank you ng aking slide, but just to give you more background on the inflation, no, kung paano natin siya pwedeng labanan. I'll just give you just a brief background on this kasi later on saka ko na siya himay-himayin. For now, dito lang muna tayo, okay? As what I have said earlier, money is just something that we use for transactions. So it's also a way to save and preserve our wealth. Imagine, no, you receive your monthly salary and you don't have to spend it all immediately. You can save some of it for the future, whether it's for rainy day, your children's education, retirement. Money allows us to store the value of work and economic resources for the later time. So, however, there's a catch kasi inflation can erode the value of the money you've saved. Inflation is the increase in the general level of prices for goods and services over time, which means that over time your money can buy less than it could before. So, let's illustrate. Let's illustrate this, no? For example, suppose you have 1,000 today and the inflation rate is 5% per year. This means that on average, the prices of goods and the services will increase by 5% per year. So, imagine, ang laki nun yung 5%, malaki na yon, honestly. So, yun ang gawin natin, no? After 1 year, if your 1,000 will have the purchasing power of 950 pesos because of the inflation rate of 5%. Ibig sabihin, yung 1,000 ngayon, malamang yung halaga niya after 1 year is only 950. So, yung 950 ngayon. So, if you want to buy the same goods and services you could have purchased, for example, yung 1,000 pesos, a year ago, you'll need 1,050. So, ganun yung inflation. And the impact of inflation becomes even more significant over time. After 10 years, the 1,000 pesos you save would have the purchasing power of only around 613 pesos. So, this means you would need 387 pesos more to buy the same things you could have bought with 1,000 pesos 10 years ago. So the consequences of this erosion is the value of the money due to inflation are it makes saving and planning for the future more challenging. If your savings don't grow at least as fast as inflation, you will find it harder to maintain your standard of living or achieve your financial goals. So to combat the impact of the inflation on the value of your money, you may consider investing in assets that tend to keep pace with or outpace inflation, such as stocks, real estate, or certain bonds. Additionally, savings and investment accounts that offer interest rates higher than the inflation rate can help your money grow. So, in conclusion, the money serves as a store of value, allowing us to save and preserve the value of our wealth. However, the erosion of this value by inflation is a challenge that we all face. So, to protect your savings and investment from the impact of inflation, it is very important to consider strategies that can help your money keep up with our outpace rising prices. So, that's it, guys. So, inawala na pala ako ng camera. So, yun, guys. It's something na dapat maging strategic tayo when it comes to wait lang. Maging strategic tayo when it comes to how to protect our money, grow, and to fight the inflation. So, yan yung mga bagay na ating matutunan sa mga susunod nating live. Sabi ko nga, himay-himay natin yan. Ang pinakita ko lang sa inyo is just a clip of what we have gano'n talaga yung punto natin dito, but I'll try to simplify everything, no, kung paano natin siya i-expound sa inyo ng pinaka-simple at pinaka-madaling unawain ng mga sambayan ng Pilipino. So, maraming salamat. Just until here and see you next week.
Before anything else, let me introduce myself. I'm Rodelyn Harabe. I'm a unit manager for Manulife Philippines. I also share my personal knowledge through my Facebook page, Insurance Solutions with Rodelyn. So I hope follow and like. And I'd like to also request na i-follow nyo rin po yung page ng unit namin, AKMA Financial. Ready na ba kayong matuto, guys? Let me ask you a question. Do you believe that health is wealth? I don't know about you, but I believe if I'm healthy, I'm 100% wealthy. We can enjoy the best in life when we are healthy. So, ano nga ba ang mga bagay na ginagawa natin para maging healthy tayo? So, syempre, ako, in my case, I always make sure na at least, 3 times a week, kahit gaano ako ka-busy, nag-exercise ako. I go to the gym kasi yung motivation ko is, aside sa pagiging healthy, I will look good. 'Di ba? Kasi pag we look good, 'di ba, we are more confident. And then the next one, as much as possible, di ba? Ginagawa natin yung lahat ng paraan para maging healthy. So, we also eat healthy and nutritious food. And lastly, although sometimes hindi natin to nagagawa kasi nga, di ba, adulting, marami tayong iniisip, but we have to have enough rest. Despite, doing all these things, hindi pa rin maiiwasan na tayo'y So, ano nga ba ang reason bakit tayo nagkakasakit? Dahil na rin sa, una, stress. Pwedeng stress sa jowa, trabaho, o marahil stress dahil matagal pa ang sahod at wala ka ng pera, di ba? Ang gaya nga ng sinasabi nila, pecha di peligro. And then, second, syempre hindi natin maiiwasan. Genes. Ang ibang sakit ay maaari nating manahin mula sa magulang dahil na rin sa, dahil na rin sa meron na sila. So ano ba ang mga sakit na pwede nating manahin sa magulang natin? So meron na dyan yung diabetes, high blood, o cancer. And then, syempre, yung pinakalas, pollution. Especially if we're living in Metro Manila. Dahil sa pollution sa ating kapaligiran, prone tayo na magkaroon ng mga lung disease or respiratory illnesses. So, how do we save ourselves from financial losses sakaling ma-ospital tayo? Dito papasok ang mga health insurance. So, in the Philippines, there are 3 common health insurance na meron tayo. So, number 1, at halos lahat tayo meron ito. For sure, diba? So, for sure, alam nyo na kasi nandyan na siya. Ito ang PhilHealth. Ito, yung PhilHealth natin, ito ang binabawas sa sahod natin buwan-buwan kung isa tayong empleyado. Kung tayo naman ay freelancer, pwede tayong mag-file sa PhilHealth ng freelancer tayo, and then monthly tayo na yung magbabayad. Or even OFWs, diba? They do it on a yearly basis. So, PhilHealth is a GOCC, which means government ang may-ari nito. And then, ito din ang unang hahanapin sa inyo sakaling kayo ay ma-confine, kailangang mag-undergo ng surgery, manganganak, o 'di ba pag animal bite, pag meron kayong mga dogs, cat sa bahay ninyo, pag hindi inaasang makalmot kayo, so you can go to nearest animal bite center, just show your PhilHealth ID, and then they will cover it. Wala kang babayaran. And marami pang tulong ang maibibigay ng PhilHealth sa atin. Ngunit, alam nyo ba na noong 2021 lamang, mayroong 9% na medical inflation o pagtaas ng medical expenses. Mind you guys, hindi lang sa mga pangunahing bilihin nagtataas ang presyo. But sa cost rin po ng ating pagpapagamot, tumataas rin po siya year on year. Dahil dito, hindi pa rin sapat ang pagkakaroon lamang ng PhilHealth. Kaya ang mga kumpanya ay kadalasang nagbibigay ng HMO sa mga empleyado nito. Kayo ba guys, employed? Ano yung mga, ano ang binibigay ng kumpanya ninyo na HMO plan? So, naka-flash na sa screen yung mga common na HMO company. So, we have Medicard, Pacific Cross, Value Care, MaxiCare, IntelliCare. In our company provides MaxiCare. So, HMO pala stands for Health Maintenance Organization. So, kung meron pa kayong ibang alam dyan guys, paki-type na lang sa chat box natin. Okay? Aside sa, sir, pabalik. Pabalik po, Sir Orchid. Ayun. Aside sa usual na confinement or surgery, pwede nyo rin palang magamit yung HMO ninyo. So, guys, pro tip to ha. Sa mga nagsasabing, ayo, ayoko magkaroon ng HMO kasi hindi ko naman nagagamit yan, sayang lang, ganun. Pero guys, pro tip lang sa inyo na you can use your HMO para magpa-annual check-up. Kasi during annual check-up, doon nakikita yung mga early signs ng mga sakit. At least, di ba, mabibigyan ng paunang lunas. And then, pwede rin kayong magpa-check up, di ba? If ever meron lang kayong nararamdaman na feeling nyo hindi normal, meron kayong nakapana kung ano sa leeg ninyo or sa mga parte ng katawan ninyo, go guys, magpa-check up kayo. And lastly, syempre guys, i-avail nyo rin yung dental procedure. So, most HMO companies, nagbibigay sila ng at least twice a year na oral prophylaxis. Pero unlibunot rin pala siya guys. So, kung gusto nyo na magpabunot, go lang ng go pag merong HMO. And then, FYI lang pala, na kailangang bayaran muna ng PhilHealth ang portion nito sa medical bills at ang natitira ay siyang isi-shoulder ng HMO. And then, usual na coverage ng HMO na binibigay ng mga kumpanya is nasa 70 to 200,000 pesos lang. So, maswerte ka na kung ang company mo ay isang international company na magbibigay sa'yo ng up to, 500,000 na HMO coverage. Let me show you some important information that would help you fortify your financial foundation, diba? So, surprisingly, alam niyo ba guys na ang top killers in the Philippines as of 2020 are still due to non-communicable diseases such as ischemic heart disease, with 17.3% of the total deaths in the country. Neoplasm, or commonly known as cancer, pumapangalawa, with 10.8%, and cerebrovascular disease with 10.4%. Meron ba kayong kakilala guys na nagkaroon ng critical illness like cancer, stroke, or heart attack? As any patient sa emergency room or currently confined, nobody ever planned for them to be there. It is our nature that when we get sick, we want to get well. But it will always come with a price. Price, guys. Lahat. 'Di ba? Kailangan munang magbayad, kailangan munang mai-present ka ng HMO na katunayan na kaya mong magbayad, guys. Kasi pag wala kang proof na kaya mong magbayad, guys, the sad reality is hindi ka ipa-priority sa mga hospital. And the average medical cost of treating cancer or stroke is around 1 million. Comparing it with the average savings for Filipinos amounting to just, 36,000? Kayo guys, how much yung average na savings ninyo? Do you think with the 36,000, kayang i-sustain yung medical bills? So, how can an average income earner cope with medical expenses should it arise? Hindi talaga aabot, 'di ba? Kaya ito talaga ang umuubos sa kabuhayan ng isang tao. Marami ng story na ganyan, guys. Marami akong kakilala or may nakilala ako sa bank before na piloto yung asawa niya. But because hindi enough yung HMO na meron yung kumpanya niya, kasi nga yung hospital na pinuntahan is sa UST. So imagine kung magkano yung medical bill. So, yung inipon nila for how many years, winidraw. Nakakalungkot, di ba? So, imagine if hindi ka prepared, anong mangyayari? Sadly, yung iba, namamatay na lang kasi nga, hindi nabibigyan ng medical attention. Kasi nga, walang pampagamot. Diba? So, that's something na we don't want naman to experience. That's why, gagawa at gagawa tayo ng paraan. For those who have some sort or form of health insurance, they still experience financial difficulties. Diba? Even if meron kang HMO, 56% of the total medical expenses will be from out of pocket. This means that even even your savings will be used up. Diba? Can you bear na yung anak mo huminto sa pag-aaral just to sustain your medical bills or your medication? Ang mahirap is you are not the only one who's affected, but your loved ones as well. It is clear that a lot of Filipinos are not prepared for this eventuality in life. If this happens, there is already physical suffering, but more so on emotional, since you will also be affected. This is why having enough coverage for health insurance is important. Let's say guys ha, nagkaroon ka ng heart attack at sinabi ng doktor na kailangan mong mag-undergo ng CABG or yung tinatawag nating coronary artery bypass graft, which costs roughly mga 80,000. Did you know that your PhilHealth will cover roughly mga 550,000? Diba? Yan. So, sorry. So, yung HMO mo naman, pag meron kang HMO coverage na 100,000, still, ang matitira is 150,000. So, imagine, malaki. Malaki pa rin yung 150,000. So, if meron kang monthly expenses na sabihin natin 50,000 and then yung savings mo lang is 150,000, so mauubos na siya. What will happen next month? 'Di ba? Wala na. So, now, what will be your financial support in case tamaan ka ng isang critical illness? Dito ngayon papasok ang tinatawag nating private health insurance na pinaprovide ng mga life insurance company through a contract you enter with them. So guys, meron tong contract, meron kang matatanggap na contract. So doon mababasa mo kung ano yung mga nakastipulate doon. Pero before mo kunin yung isang health insurance, dapat pag-aralan mo muna siya. Diba? Tandaan na only listed illnesses can be covered. Kay Manulife, ano nyo ba guys, na meron siyang 60 advanced critical illness covered. Adult illness to ha, wala siyang halong mga pambatang illnesses. And then meron naman siyang 44 na early stage critical illness benefit. So, syempre pag early pa ma-detect, 'di ba? Kung meron kang fund na para magpagamot, at least maiiwasan ng lumala ito. You can get lump sum ranging from 30,000 to 10 million. So guys, meron kang power na sabihin kung how much yung gusto mong i-cover sa self mo, how much yung deserve mo na coverage. Kasi for HMOs, alam mo ba guys, na pag sinabi ng company na 70,000 lang, 70,000 lang. Pero pag meron kang private health insurance, pwede mong i-dictate kung magkano yung gusto mo. Say gusto mo 1 million. Kasi alam mo na yun yung kailangan mo, yung maaaring kailanganin mo. So, 'di ba? Maganda siya. Good thing about health insurance then guys is that regardless kung magkano yung medical bills ninyo, ibibigay sa inyo ng life insurance company yung kinuha yung coverage. So say for example, 1 million, 1 million yung bibigay sa inyo. And say for example, 500,000 lang yung nagastos nyo. You still have 500,000 para gamiting allowances, while nagpapagamot. Kasi syempre, pag nagkasakit naman tayo guys, 'di ba? Hindi naman tayo alam mo yun, hindi tayo makakapagtrabaho. So, at least if you have health insurance, kaya i-cover kahit papano. Lastly, kung gusto mong magkaroon ng reward for living healthy and long life, get a private life insurance get a private health insurance tulad na lang ni Healthflex ni Manulife. It earns dividend na you can withdraw on your retirement and yet insured ka pa din. In summary, guys, hindi sapat ang PhilHealth alone. These three, PhilHealth, HMO, and health insurance complement one another. This ensure na hindi titigil ang buhay ng mga mahal mo dahil lang nagkasakit ka. Makakasigurado ka na well provided sila anuman ang mangyari. Yun lamang po. Thank you. So, kung meron pa po kayong mga katanungan, guys, type nyo lang sa chat box para aking masagot. Diba? And then you can also message me sa aking Facebook page, Insurance Solutions with Rodelyn, para, we can have some more of interaction. And if you wanted to have financial planning with me, message na lang ako. Okay? Till next week, guys.